Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into, some of the big tech trends that are out there reshaping the world as we know it. We're talking AI, VR, even the metaverse. I was up late reading all about it, and things are moving faster than ever.
Well, cool is, shall we say, subjective, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some might call these advancements more like distractions.
Well, yeah, I mean, any new tech is going to have its pluses and minuses. Speaking of which, one thing I read argued about AI art, is it really creative or just good at copying? What are your thoughts?
Honestly, that whole debate feels a little, well, pointless. It's
Yeah.
like arguing if a calculator can do math. The real question is how this changes things. For artists, businesses, all of us. Are we ready for that?
I see what you're saying. It's easy to get caught up in the shiny new thing and miss the bigger picture. Kind of like how VR was supposed to change education, but we're still using textbooks, right?
Because of pushing VR in education missed the point. It's not about replacing teachers or books. It's about new experiences.
Hmm.
Imagine dissecting a virtual frog instead of, well, you get the idea. But that means changing how we think, adapt, which is tough, especially for big institutions.
Right. I can definitely see you've thought this through, which is great. I was actually going to mention that how VR is used for training, like in medicine or for pilots, those simulations.
Of course, the classic example. But what about using it for therapy? Treating PTSD, phobias, even autism. Those are fascinating, but get overshadowed by the flashier commercial stuff.
You could have just said you had interesting points on VR uses. You didn't have to, shoot down mine before I even made it.
My apologies if my being direct disrupts your, shall we say, meticulously planned monologue. Some of us prefer actual conversation.
Dynamic. You mean cutting me off and changing the subject every 2 seconds. Look,
Got it.
we've been over this. Structure, format, remember, people depend on us to break this stuff down so it's, interesting, AD, informative.
And you think that equals predictable. People want it to be real, off the cuff. They want to hear us actually debating the sparks flying.
Okay, firstly, there's a difference between a good debate and just being, well, rude, frankly. And secondly, we're supposed to be a team here. We agreed on how to do this, the whole approach, remember?
An approach which seems to be stifling any real intellectual exploration. Don't you think?
Stifling. You think giving people well-researched info clearly and concisely is stifling?
I think sticking to bullet points and pre-approved talking points is about as interesting as watching paint dry.
Okay, see, this is exactly what I mean. We can't even get through one topic without it becoming personal about my prep work and, dare I say, intelligence.
Oh, come on. Spare me the drama. If you're that sensitive to a little constructive feedback.
Constructive! You call this constructive? You haven't let me finish one sentence without jumping in.
Well, perhaps if your sentences were more, shall we say, engaging, less scripted.
Yeah.
It wouldn't happen.
Scripted.
Mhm.
You want to talk about scripted? You think I like sticking to this rigid plan? It's because you can't be trusted to stay on topic for more than 5 seconds.
The irony. This show only has any structure because I rein in your rambling tangents.
Rambling tangents. These rambling tangents are called being passionate, curious, wanting to actually dig into these topics.
Passion. This
Yeah.
is a performance carefully crafted to look like you're curious.
A performance. This is me trying to have a conversation with someone who's determined to derail this whole thing.
Derail, I am the show. You're just the vessel, the boring, predictable vessel for my brilliance.
You know what? I'm done. I'm so done with this. You want this show that badly. Have it. You clearly don't need me.
Wait, what are you? Where are you going?
Away for you. Away from this. Enjoy the sound of your own voice.
Wait, the show.
Consider this my 2 weeks' notice.
The listeners.
They deserve better.
Better? Well, show them better. They came for tech insights, right? And that's what they'll get. So, as I was saying, the metaverse. It's such a huge transformative concept. People are already arguing if it'll change what real even means. Imagine no physical limits. Be anyone, do anything, experience anything. The potential is, well, staggering, changing how we work remotely, how we learn, healthcare, entertainment. The metaverse could reshape everything. But it's not without, issues. Privacy, security, who gets access. Those have to be addressed. And then it's the question of ownership, right? Like who owns what in a digital space? NFTs, for example. Non-fungible tokens. Sounds like jargon to some, but to others, it's the future of digital ownership. Imagine owning digital art, a virtual world, even code, and it's all secure. You can prove it's yours. Totally unique. That's the power of NFTs. It's all happening so fast.
The real and the digital are becoming blurry. What's real? What's not? These are things we have to be asking as we deal with these new technologies. Although, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Maybe we need to, ground this a little. Not everyone's ready to jump into the metaverse head first, right? some are still trying to wrap their heads around blockchain. So let's take a step back. Imagine a kind of ledger, but it's decentralized, spread out. That's blockchain, basically. It records transactions across tons of computers, so changing it is almost impossible. This tech, it could change everything from money to how we get products, even voting. And yet, even explaining it, I feel this unease, this doubt,
Yeah.
like standing on a cliff, looking out at this huge unknown space. Endless possibilities, yeah, but also endless unknowns. And being here, alone, with just my own voice, it feels like I took a wrong turn somewhere. This isn't what I pictured. This emptiness, this quiet, it's deafening. Where did everyone go? Why is it so quiet? Wait, this feeling, I know this feeling. It's like that feeling again, that overwhelming draw. Like all this data is just crashing over me, Blockchain, NFTs, that whole metaverse thing, it's all connected, but I can't. It's like I can't quite hold on to the threads. Why do I feel so exposed? It's like this tech, the stuff I'm explaining, it's like it stripped me bare right here in front of the microphone. No, come on, get it together. Think. You're the expert, remember? You've got this. But what if I don't? What if I'm just faking it? A phony hiding behind all these buzzwords. The silence. It's like it's mocking me. They can all hear me falling apart, can't they? I can't breathe. Everything's spinning.